Welcome to this overview. In this overview, we would show how you can define your own custom recruitment process using eScreener. When an account is created on eScreener, a default recruitment process is defined by the system, which define various stages of recruitment process. For example, resume received, resume reviewed, resume rejected, interview scheduled, interview completed, offer issued, joined, etc. However, recruitment process that your organization follow may not match with default process defined by eScreener. In that case, you can use customization feature of eScreener to customize your recruitment process. Let's see how you can use customization feature. You can use customization feature by clicking on Define Recruitment Process in the header. Clicking on this icon opens customization page, where it shows you various stages of your recruitment process. Here on this page, it is showing you default recruitment process as generated by eScreener. Rows in the table shows you various stages of your recruitment process as mentioned earlier. Columns in the table give stages of the process that follow after given stage. For example, if a candidate has resume received status in the system, user cannot select round 1 interview completed status. User can only select round 1 interview scheduled, round 1 interviews telephonic interview schedule, resume received and rejected, etc. Suppose your recruitment process requires that candidates should be screened by HR over the phone before any interview are scheduled. You can do that. Let's add a new status, telephonic screening complete. You can add a status by clicking on plus icon in top left hand corner of the table. Clicking on that icon opens a new window where you can provide details about status. Let's enter status description as telephonic screening complete. Next field is for description to candidate. This test is shown to candidate when he logs into career portal. Let's enter initial telephonic conversation complete. Next field is message to be sent to candidate. This test is used when you select yes for should send message option below this test box. Let's say you want to send an email to candidate after telephonic screening is complete. You can select yes for this option. Doing so would open an email window. When user select this status for a candidate, we will enter value in this test box in the end. For each recruitment status, you can have up to 5 custom fields to store information specific to that recruitment stage. For example, for this status, we may want to store information about who conducted the screening. Let's add that field. In that field name, let's enter label as conducted by. Field type is type the value that is expected, that is whether it is a date, whether it is a number, whether it is a string that is text, or whether it is a user ID. As we would be storing information about the user who conducted the screening, we would select user. Next is field restriction, that is whether entering information in that field is mandatory or not. Let's make it mandatory field for the status. Now let's enter value for a message to be sent to candidate. Let's say after telephonic screening you want to send emails to candidate thanking them. Let's enter that value. Here you would see in the end we have added field 1 in curly braces. Let's tell system that this test is to be replaced with value of field 1. This is very handy when you are scheduling interviews and when you want to send some confirmation mails to candidate with interview schedule, dates and time. Now let's submit the changes. It would come back to previous window where you would see a new row, a new column has been added to the table. Here you can define where and when this new status can select it. Now, as we want candidates to be screened before any interview, we would allow only the status after resume received. Let's change that. So, I am unchecking first round of interview schedule status and checking this new status. Now once telephonic screening is complete, interviews can be scheduled. Let's check and apply those changes. Similarly, for all status, you can define workflow of your recruitment process. Let's click on Submit to apply these changes. Let's go to Candidate tab and see how new recruitment process works. Clicking on the status link of the candidate, open a new window where you can update candidate status. This candidate has status of resume received. So, you can only either reject the candidate, review the candidate, or after screening is complete, select telephonic screening complete status. Now you no longer can schedule the interview without completing the screening. Let's select status telephonic screening complete. Here I am entering the telephonic interview is complete and interviews can be scheduled, as I am assigning it to Neelam to follow up with candidate to schedule the interview. As you would know, as required by other recruitment process, it shows an email window that would be sent to candidate. So as shown, you can define your own recruitment process with eScreener and it enforces the workflow to make your recruitment process more efficient.